This is Igbo area.
Good news. One of our own, Okonjo Iweala, honored as one of world's 8 powerful women. Transparency International has used the International Women's Day on Friday, March 8, 2019 to honor 8 different women who have used their intellect and voice to fight corruption around the world. Among these 8 powerful women is Ngozi Okonjo Iweala, Nigeria's former minister and renowned economist who once worked with the World Bank and has a 25-year career. Thank you, Transparency International, for honoring an Igbo daughter. We are proud of you, Okonjo Iweala. You are an Igbo daughter. We are proud of you. We celebrate Igbo worldwide. And Ngozi Okonjo Iweala was not just a former finance minister who once solved the country's debt crisis. She has decades of work experience in finance field. She also has worked with both the World Bank, with several organizations, and all the results are transformation, productivity.
Well, if you studied physics as a science student at secondary school level, this is Professor P.N. Okeke, the author of Senior Secondary Physics textbook we all read. I also read it in my secondary school days. He's 77-year-old as at 11th of March 2019. Let's celebrate him. He's an Igbo. Wish him a long life and more prosperity. Thank you. American soldier traces his route to Igbo of Biafra, says, I am very happy to be Igbo descent and I love Akachukwus as my tribal name. DNA tested last December with no clue of African roots, just like most descendants of enslaved Africans. I received my result before my 35th birthday in January. I use Ancestry's autosomal DNA test because I wanted to know my entire genetic makeup, and I love the fact that it matches you with relatives through DNA. Since then, I found cousins that I haven't seen in years. While scrolling through matches, I started to encounter cousins with foreign names. I messaged them and through conversations found out they were Igbo. It all made sense. My family were slaves in Virginia initially, and the Igbos were unfortunately the majority of enslaved Africans. I quickly came to the realization that the majority of my ancestors, whom I respect, were from Biafra. I have met 5 distant Igbo cousins hailing from Anambra, Imo, and Abia State. These all live in the US, minus one who lives in London. I've been a soldier my entire adult life, 17 years. I felt a deep pain learning about the 1967 war. I'm here to learn about my lost culture and one day visit and contribute to Igbo land. I would like to believe my ancestors will look down upon me favorably, for that I am very proud to be of Igbo descent. This material was by Lawrence Patterson, pulled from the Republican News. Sincerely, Imo people are celebrating. Emeka Ihedioha of the PDP has won the Imo gubernatorial election, which was conducted last Saturday. It's joy for Imo. Kind of something great happened to them. Godfatherism was dismantled in the states. It just goes on to explain that Igbo enweghị. You can't install yourself on Igbo people like that and rule them continually. You can't do what is obtained in Lagos in Igbo land. No. Godfatherism doesn't work. The Rochasism was dismantled, and here is the fresh PDP candidate, Emeka Ihedioha, the next governor of Imo State, come May 29, 2019. Wow. Did you hear the latest? Still on the election. Okorocha's name missing on INEC's list of senators elect. And INEC published the name of Imo State's current governor, as at this time of this report, Rochas Okorocha, was not on the list of newly elected senators that was published on the Independent National Electoral Commission's website.
INEC published the list of elected federal lawmakers ahead of the presentation of the certificates of return on days after the election. In the slot for the three Imo senatorial districts, only Senator-elect Onyewuchi Ezenwa Francis, Imo East, who won on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, was listed. For Imo West Senatorial District, whose seat Governor Okorocha contested, it was blank except for an INEC remark which read, "Declaration made under duress." Imo North slot was also empty except for supplementary remark. Okorocha has contested the seat on the platform of the All Progressive Congress. He was declared winner by the returning officer for Senatorial District, Innocent Ibauchi. Ibauchi later said that he was made to announce Okorocha as a winner under duress. Now, we will not leave today without talking about what we have been saying here on this channel, that Igbos should move their investment back to Southeast, back to their homeland, that charity begins at home. Now, here is an open letter. Igbo open letter, it was tagged. Igbo traders should organize themselves and plan on how to shift all their investment to eastern and south part of Nigeria. It continued. 1. Enugu State and Imo State and Delta State should be made the capital home of entertainment, and all marketers in entertainment industries, mostly dominated Igbo markets, should push all their business capital to Enugu. 2. Calabar and Akwa Ibom should be made the home for tourism and our new Dubai settlement. Even we can build it as our Victoria Island, Lekki, etc. Our celebrities will be based there and bigger events should be relocated there. Anambra should be made home for manufacturing and production. Abia State should be made the head office of all imported products and the one to be exported. River State, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa should be made home for oil companies' head office. So the oil majors, all that's trying to say, the oil majors' headquarters, which are in Lagos, should be moved to where they actually belong, South. Push your business head office down to eastern and south to avoid losing them or unrest, a kind of political crisis. So the idea is for you not to lose your investment. When this is done, you can be happy paying your tax to your own government and at the end create job opportunities to your own people. When tax is paid to your own government, it will be used to develop our place to create enabling environment for us to do our business. No one will insult you in your own land. It is not too late, our Igbo people and South living in Lagos. This is the time to bring back what we are made of to our home. Don't delay. You all have unions. Hold a meeting and plan on how to buy lands and start building major markets at the eastern and south regions. After all, 99% of people who patronize Igbo major markets at Lagos are the same Igbo and South people. If you shift your business base home, you won't lose because you will even be closer to the buyers themselves. The governments in where we invest outside Igbo land, they never appreciate what we do. They never appreciate that we are creating jobs. And so much money is being paid on tax. And at the end of the day, you are insulted. When it comes to voting, when it comes to you deciding your future through votes, they tell you you don't have the right to vote there, but you pay them tax. Imagine what happened during the election. People were barred from voting. People were threatened. In your hometown, nobody will threaten you that way. You're free to exercise your franchise. I want you also to remember the Ghana experience, my people. Ghanaians was pushed out of Nigeria. But today, Nigerians are going there for a better life. Ndigbo, come back home. No matter how you guys build those places, you will never be accepted. I want to remind you again, remember their laws. You know, these people brag about this. They tell you, oh, we only list this property to you. You buy land, they give you C of O, and they tell you, we'll list this property to you. It's high time you think about it. It's high time you move your investment to where they are more valued, where you are sure of holding them for years. Do you know that several companies in Italy, furniture companies, are inherited from great-grandfathers? You see a furniture company in Italy, a great-grandson inherited it from a great-grandfather. Even in the entertainment, companies in America were inherited from great-grandparents. So the laws these people are trying to promulgate, they are making laws that you cannot have this investment more than 100 years. That is to say, all your hustles will not be enjoyed by your grandchildren. No. That is not possible. So think home, think home. It is not easy, but gradually start to move. In fact, I've gotten a lot of calls. I got a lot of calls, encouraging calls from our Igbo brothers telling us they like what we do. And, I had some few people tell me, their investment outside Igbo lands are from henceforth. We'll also be meeting the concerned Igbo bodies to help us achieve this. Even though we are advocating for, we are pushing for Igbos to start relocating their stakes, their major investment to the southeast and south-south region of the country. We still want to talk about Igbos, how Igbos have improved Lagos. Yes, this must be noted, even while they are asking Igbos to leave Lagos, and Igbos are jittery over the situation. Now, before we continue, we want to still maintain our resolve. We want to still stand by our resolve that Igbos should start relocating. So this article, this material should not confuse you. We just want to make sure Igbo's contribution to Lagos is not overlooked, even while we are now clamoring for our people to relocate major investment to their home. Because charity begins at home. We want to still let Lagosians hear this. This is by a senator, Yoruba Senator Ogunlewe, while he accounts for Igbo contributions in Lagos since they settled in Oyimbo in Aro's 15th century along with the Benin. Lagos State belongs as much to the ethnic Igbo as to the Yoruba, Ijo, Hausa, Fulani, Efik, Idoma, Urobo, Ishekiri, Edo, and so on, who live in it, pay tax, identify with it, and settle in it. That compact was made the moment Nigeria became a single nation and a successor power to the old principalities who were subdued and who ceded their sovereignty for the new Commonwealth of Nigeria. It was pragmatic. The Igbo had a skill and the industry, and Lagos was the seat of the federal government of Nigeria and its major port. The Igbo have lived in Lagos since the 15th century, when the Aro and the other Igbo first settled in good numbers in a place we now call Oyimbo, in the era of Benin and the Portuguese trade. The arrival of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe to Lagos in 1937 from Accra, after his studies in the United States, stimulated the political and cultural environment of Lagos, and no other has before or after him, Zik, literally resurrected the wizard of Keston Hall from political death. Zik represented Lagos in the Western House. The NCNC was the power in Lagos and not the Action Group. The Igbo were prominent in the governance of Lagos in the Lagos City Hall. The institutional development of Lagos, the railways, the ports and shipyards, the education and research facilities, the banking and commodities exchange, the development of towns like Yaba, Surulere, Ebutemeta, Festac Town, Victoria Island, and now increasing the Ajaleki axis, and of course, the ghettos along the Orile Badagry axis, have profound Igbo imprimatur. The circulation of the image of Lagos is to date best reflected in the cosmopolitan Igbo imagination of one of the greatest African writers of the 20th century, Cyprian Ekwensi, a thorough Lagosian, if there was any. Igbo have built industries in Lagos and have been drivers of commerce and exchange. Interestingly, I was born at plot number 8 Okoya, Lagos, while the Ojukwu families were residing at number 1 to 3 on the same street. I grew up to know the father of Odumegwu Ojukwu. Chimbize and Azuka grew up with us on the same street. Even Chimbize's small parking space at the end of Okoya Street is called Ojukwu. I later attended St. Patrick Primary School, Edumabo, where I had very amiable classmates of Igbo origin in the persons of Azubike Ezenwa and Demian Ihakuna, both now professors and doctors of today. They were brilliant, resourceful, and friendly. When we were playing bamboo and tenefelele at Orikoriko at Onola Playing Ground, the Igbo participated actively. In the area of sports, school football and athletics, Igbo were dominant at King's College. St. Gregory's School, St. Finbar's Akoka, Igbo College and Ahmadiyya College Agege. Such boys, Njoko, George Amu, Stephen Keshi, Henry Nwosu, Patrick Nokwopo, Peter Anieke and Sami Opone were dominant on the field of football, while Asiodu, Empire Kano were prominent on the field of athletics. Anytime we went to watch football match at Onikan Stadium, my daring team, stationary stores, and our adversary team I hated most was the ECN, where the center forward, Paul Hamilton, the national team, Fabian, the captain who beat the dust. Our great captain was Zuru, Odua Onyerekwa, Onyado Onyale, and Opel, the greatest outside right Nigeria ever had, Cyril Azuruka. So during my early life at primary school, the Igbo were always there and delightful to watch, both in athletics and on the football field. When I listened to radio at that time, both commentary and drama series, the Igbos were there for you. The likes of Chris Ndagoba, Ernest Okonkwo, Rafop Arawos, Seki Seki, the Traveler. The episode will end with the script was written by Rafop Ara and edited by Yemi Lejadu. Anytime I visited where I was born today in Idumabo at Lagos Island, the entire place is covered by Igbo traders in their thousands. They were never troublesome but decent and accommodating. They have virtually taken over all properties of the indigents. They succeeded in developing all our properties, married to most of our children, even from the royal families. There is no single house you will visit without an Igbo man selling wares there. So who is saying something else? Only the strangers in our midst will not notice participation of the economic development in our state by the Igbos. Most houses and shops in Lagos Island have been purchased, developed and occupied by the Igbos. The value of their investment in Lagos Island alone is in trillions of naira. Instead of deporting the Igbos, whose contribution to the development of Lagos State are immeasurable, you must keep on praising and encouraging them to keep on developing Lagos. This was by Senator Adeseye Ogunlewe. It was quoted from Chike Ofele's War. This is a Yoruba man who knows the true worth of the Igbos, who watched things from the start. There's a point he said, even those claiming Lagosians, who among them are the true Lagosians, if there is any true Lagosians?
Do you as a Lagosian feel that people who are not from Lagos should not assume political positions in Lagos? And I'm even referring to people from the southwest as well.
It's a daydreaming. Anybody that is thinking like that is not facing the reality. I was born in Lagos Island, number 8 Okoya Street. I went to St. Patrick's Primary School. I know the composition of the community. I know when everybody started to come to Lagos, and I know what is it now. Even now, we have 4 houses in Lagos Island. All of them have been taken over by non-Yoruba speaking people, and they are predominant. An election is about number. How was it possible for an Obama, who is from Kenya, to be the president of America? Or the present mayor of England, who is a Muslim? If the character of the demography of a community changes, there is hardly anything you can do. They will take over from you. It is just a matter of time. No matter the struggle, we can strategize and give them a portion. But they say they are going to be zero. It's a waste of time. And I'm an advocate of this thing for the past 30 years. Because I grew up with them. I went to school with them. I know their capability. I know their tendencies. I know their unity of purpose more than us. I know their focus. And I know they can defeat us if you are not careful. I am very sure. I don't have any doubt at all. What I can say, where they are predominant, let us leave it for them. I just saw some touts disturbing them. I am part and parcel of you. But we have allowed them, which is normal.
So please clarify them. Please clarify.
Non-Yoruba speaking, non-Ndigbo, South people. Okay. We grew up with them. Southeast people, we grew up with them. Arewa people, North Central, Northwest, Kwara. How can you not talk about the demography of Lagos? Even our food. How do you talk about, all the Igbo food? They brought them. We grew up with them. We are part and parcel of them. There should be no discrimination in whatever form. And I'm appealing to our people, don't push this thing too much.
But PDP has been blamed for some of these tensions.
We are part of, how is it possible? 5 of our candidates are Igbos. House of Assembly, 6 local government, 6 wards in Agege are predominant Arewa people. There's no way you can bring an Arewa person and you not win the election in Agege there.
What is the language? Fielding the candidates is not the argument, I don't feel. The argument is with the rhetoric, with the it's us against them rhetoric. That divisive rhetoric is what PDP is
No, it is because you don't want them. And we want them.
I want them.
So that is the argument. How can you talk about Ajegule and you are talking about Yoruba people? How can you talk about Ojo, Alaba Ragu, and you are talking? How can you talk about Festac? These are accidents of history. When there was Festac, who was the honorable, minister then? How were they predominant in Festac to get the allocation and buy even the one Yorubas had? We bought them. Lagos Island now, 80% of the properties are owned by Igbo people, including my own father's property. They don't own them or they rent them, but they occupy them because we cannot live there anymore. We have moved out to Victoria Island, to Lekki, to Ogudu, but they are there. So, and if you vote today, there's no way you can defeat them.
So these are guys that they have seen things from the start. They grew in it, they saw things, and you can't tell them anything. They know the history of Lagos. They know how Lagos came to become a great city. They know Igbo's influence in Lagos. Meanwhile, we're not using this material to tell Igbos to relax in Lagos or just keep calm. No. INEC ohere na-agwa ndị be anyị ezie ife niile onye akwụrụ uwe ezie. Ọ gwakwa na eziokwu ndị Igbo so eme Lagos ife ọ bụ taa. Mana anyị mekọtara be anyị n'obi ma anyị nọtụzi ana n'ụdị na Lagos ụba anyị. Ndị be anyị ife anyị kwuru ugbu a ka anyị wee gwa ndị ofe mmanụ eziokwu ife na-aga, mana anyị ka na-adọ ndị be anyị aka na ntị. Olugo mgbe anyị ya na-ebulu ife anyị na-ebuje na ebe ụba anyị maka adịghị ama bụ na nwa na ife anyị be anyị ife we ife anyị ya na ọba anyị akụruo n'ụlọ. Ọ ka mma ka ọ dị na be anyị. Otutu a nwoke atụla anyị dịkwanụ mma, mana ebe a ka o biri o nweghị ife ọ gbanwere. Cheta na ife mere mgbe agha ọnụ ma ife na-akpọ abandoned properties ma ndị gọọmenti siziri esizi ụdị ha na-akwado kịta iwu ha na-akwado ime ndị ụmụ anyị enweta ife ịma ife na-aza iwe mmadụ iwe ezigbo ọgaranya, mmadụ ịkpakọta chacha dewele ụmụ ya ọnya ka na-akpọ na-ewu ọgaranya, dewele ụmụ gị ife ha na-eli a na-asị na ife awụ ife iketara oke iketa site na nna gị ọnya awụ n'ịbala ọgaranya. Mana iwu ha na-etinye n'obodo ha awụ after 100 years ife anyị awụla ife efulefu oye ọmamme nya ka anyị ji adọ ndị be anyị aka na ntị ụwa na ife ụnụ kpujewe ebe mana mmadụ anyị anapụ ụnụ ya. Ndị be anyị onye bidokwa taa bidoro gboo anyị amaghị mgbe ọ ya eruo ọ bụrụ na oge agago. Otu nwanne anyị kpọm n'ekwentị ọ na-adụ anyị ọdụdụ na-agwa anyị etu anyị esi mee ka ọ dị mma. Onye nwekwa ife o nwere nya rekọdụ ọ zitekwala anyị onwe ụzọ na ịma anyị esi wee mba anyị na-agba ka anyị buda ife anyị ana Igbo ịma anyị esi mee ka ọ dị mma. Ịkpọkwa anyị n'ekwentị anyị na-achọ atụmatụ dị iche iche. Anyị chọrọ ka ife anyị na-akwado ugbu a ka ọ gaa ọfụma ka ọ dị ka ndị emelụ mbụ ekwucha onweghị ife anyị ji eme. Nke anyị chọrọ ka ọ baa uru. Anyị chọrọ na ngwụcha ka a sị na ife anyị na-ekwu na ndị mmadụ ji emepụta ife n'agbanyeghị na m afụwa na rezọtụ ya. O nwere ọtụtụ ndị kpọrọ m n'ekwentị wee na-agwa m na ha adịgo nkwadowe na etu ha esi ekwu ya ozugbo ka ha na-eme. Ndị be anyị ka m gwa na eziokwu broadcast anyị ọlụwago ọlụ ozugbo soro na ibe ụnụ. Ndị be anyị ejiriwe ga emewe ife obele. I have started seeing the impact. Azụka mmụọ na-eke dene nọmba ha na-egosi na ihe onyonyo a gbaa anyị n'ekwentị ma ọ na WhatsApp anyị nọ mgbe anyị gazienụ.